the discovery of a completely new kind of information can upset or lead to a rejection of the earlier assessment of the past. A typical example of this would be the discovery of the famous Harappan or Indus civilization. We know that the first discovery of the Harappan civilization came around 1921-22. Soon after that, a well-known edited volume on ancient Indian history, namely the Cambridge History of India, Volume 1, edited by E.J. Rapson, came out. Now, when this book was being written, there was no knowledge of the Harappan or the Indus civilization. When the book came out, by that time, Harappan civilization is now known through the excavation at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. So there is a new frontier of knowledge and also a gap in knowledge of the ancient past. Therefore, a supplement to the Cambridge History of India Volume 1 had to be written by a noted archaeologist, in this case Sir Mortimer Wheeler, under the name Indus Civilization, which came out as a supplement to Cambridge History of India Volume 1. This is the result of the sudden discovery of something completely hitherto unknown before. Let us take a look at something else. The noted historian of ancient India, Professor Romila Thapar, in a well-known survey of early Indian history named History of India Volume 1 under the well-known Penguin series of non-fiction books, wrote a very lucid survey of the pre-1300 Indian history. In that came a chapter covering the period from 300 AD to about 650 AD. There, the caption of this chapter was "Towards a classical pattern, towards a classical evolution." 40 years later, the same period, in the pen of Professor Romila Thapar, in a new book, Early India, from the origins to 1300, the same period is given a different name. The new name is, for the same period, 300 to 650 AD, Threshold Times. Now here, the historian's assessment of the same 350 years have undergone considerable modification in the light not only of some new sources, but her rereading, revisiting old known sources of information. Because in the 40 years that elapsed from the first publication to the second publication, Professor Romila Thapar reassesses the known sources with new questions. Therefore, actually the period is revisited with new types of inquiries by Professor Thapar. That's why very elegantly she said the second version of the same book is almost autobiographical, because the author's position, author's views have changed over 4 decades, which is only natural.